Hey, Chris here from LlamAcademy, here to help you, yes you, make your game dev dreams become a reality. Today I'm going to show you how to smoothly make one transform look at another transform. There's one way that I see almost everybody says, oh, just do this. And that way doesn't work very well because your transform snaps to turn to look at the other one. So I'm going to show you how you can make that work smoothly, as well as a different way you can do it where you don't have to update it every frame. A really good use case for this is if you have maybe a nav mesh agent, if you checked out the AI series, and you want the nav mesh agent to turn to look at the person he's going to attack. So maybe you have like an attack radius in front of the nav mesh agent, and whenever somebody comes into that, they will turn to look at them and then start attacking. What we're going to do in this video is set up two capsules that have arms so we can tell which way they're facing, and a ball that will orbit them. And then we'll have the one capsule that will always be following that target, and the other one that will only look at it whenever we click on a button. So let's hop in and get started.
In the demo scene, you can see the red ball. That's what both of the capsules will look at. The always look at will follow this ball always, as long as the script is enabled, and the smooth look at will look at it whenever we click a button. Let's make all the scripts up front. We'll make simple rotate, which will attach to the rotate around object to make the red ball orbit the capsules. I'll make always look at target, which will attach to the always look at capsule. And we'll make look at target, which will attach to the smooth look at capsule. If we open up simple rotate, I'll add public float rotation amount and set that to 2f by default. This will be the degrees per tick that the object will rotate. Then I'll add public int ticks per second and set that to 60 by default. We're going to use this so we decouple our rotation amount from our frame rate. Then I'll put public bool pause equals false. This is so I can pause it in the Unity editor. It makes the demo a lot easier. In start, I will start the coroutine called rotate, and then we'll make that rotate coroutine function, private IEnumerator rotate. I'll put a wait for seconds wait equals new wait for seconds 1f divide by ticks per second. The 1f is to avoid integer division. Then I'll put while true. If not pause, I will do transform.rotate vector3 up times rotation amount. That will rotate this object on the y-axis by the rotation amount every tick. Then I will yield return wait. In always look at target, I'll add a public transform target. This is the transform that we'd like our object to be looking at. Then in update, I'll put transform.LookAt target. This is the thing that I see everybody always says, oh, just do this to make your transform look at another target. And it makes sense, right? It says that it will do exactly that. The problem here is that in a single frame, it will take this transform and rotate it to look at that target. So there's no smoothness to this rotation. If an object moves very fast or very far in a single frame, or if you change targets, this transform will abruptly in a single frame turn up to 180 degrees or more even to look at that particular target. Now let's open look at target. This is how we'll do a smooth rotation regardless of how far or how fast something's moving. We'll add a public transform target again. This is the transform that we want to look at. And I'll add a public float speed and I'll set that to 1f by default. This will control how quickly our transform will try to rotate to look at this target. Then I'll add a private coroutine lookRotation. This is so we can stop any existing running coroutine and start another one. This way we don't have two running coroutines trying to rotate this transform to look at a target. I'll do public void start rotating. This will be the entry point in here. So anytime we want to start rotating, we'll just call look at target dot start rotating. I'll do if lookRotation is not null, then we will stop it. And then we'll assign lookRotation to the return value of start coroutine look at. Then we'll make that look at function private IEnumerator look at. In here, we'll do Quaternion.LookRotation equals Quaternion..LookRotation. And in there, we'll put target.position minus transform.position. What are we doing here? The target.position is obviously the position of our target, and we're subtracting our transform.position, which gives us the direction vector between our two positions. We then pass that to Quaternion.LookRotation, and what that does is returns a quaternion that is the desired rotation for our transform to have that direction vector as our forward. So our current forward is something, and it's going to give us the new rotation that we need to be at to have that direction vector be transform.forward for us, meaning we're looking straight at our target.position. Now we know where we need to look. Let's interpolate between where we are and where we need to go. I'll add a float time equals 0, and while time is less than 1, we will do transform.rotation equals Quaternion.Slerp. That's spherical lerp. And for the first argument, we'll put our current rotation. Second argument will be the desired rotation. And the third argument is time. Time For all lerping functions, we need time to be between 0 and 1. That's where we got these two values. But so far, we're not considering speed, right? What if we want to turn faster or slower? Well, instead of just incrementing time by time plus equals time.delta time, we will multiply time.delta time by speed. That makes our coroutine think that the time is running faster or slower based on whatever that speed is, while we still interpolate only from 0 to 1 on the time. Then we yield return null to wait for the next frame. That's it for here, but I am going to add a new private void on GUI, so we have a button to press to make our transform start rotating to look at our target. In here, I will do if GUI.button, which returns true when we click on it, and in there I'll pass a new rect, that's the top left of the screen with 200 wide, 30 tall button, and I'll give the text look at, and whenever we click that, we will call start rotating. If we hop back over to the Unity editor, I'll hook up all these scripts in the scene. So we'll select the rotate around game object and attach simple rotate. I'll leave the defaults there. I set them to be what I wanted. Then I'll attach the always look at to the always look at capsule, and I'll attach look at target to the smooth look at capsule. And for both of those, I'll drag the red ball target to the target reference in each of those scripts. If I click play, we see the always look at immediately starts following the red ball. If I pause the red ball and then click look at, we see that smooth look at smoothly starts rotating to look at the ball and then stops. If I briefly disable the always look at target script and allow the red ball to continue rotating, and then re-enable the always look at target, we see that issue I was describing where in a single frame, the capsule will immediately snap to look at the target and then continue to smoothly look at it. If I decrease the speed of smooth look at, we can see that it very slowly turns. So I put in something like 0.1. It very slowly turns to look at the position when I click look at, and it's still very smooth. If I increase it to something crazy like 10, it appears to almost immediately jump to wherever it is. So we need to be smart about this value. Based on your target frame rate and based on how far something's moving, a high number like 10 may not make sense. Anything above 2 or 3 starts to get a little bit less noticeable on it being smooth. So something like 5 is pushing it, it's a little bit fast. You can kind of tell that it's smooth, but if someone's not looking closely, it might appear to be the same as using transform.LookAt. So I'd recommend values under 5. Something like 2 is fast and smooth.
I hope you got a lot of value out of today's video. Making a transform smoothly rotate to look at another target is a really important part in your game to show attention. It could be characters, it could be AI, it could be a tower. All of these are really important that they look at the target that they're interacting with, and making them do that smoothly adds a layer of believability into your game. If a target just goes snap, 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 it makes your game kind of look unpolished unless you have a specific mechanic where something should immediately look at something else. If you have any questions, if you have a suggestion, or if you've implemented this into your game as a result of watching this video, drop a comment down below, and I'll see you on the next video.